Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your Monday Night Raw review from June 22nd, 2015. And ladies and gentlemen, just to give you a little insight before I begin on this long, drawn-out, boring-ass fucking show what it was, technically, I'm already giving you my opinion about it. Outside of promos on this show, the rest of it was complete garbage. There was bad matches booked, maybe one or two good matches, the rest of it was complete, utter bullcrap. And that's it. But, without further ado, let's get this bullshit started, shall we? Alright, so, the first match of the night, well, first thing we actually got was the promo by Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. And ladies and gentlemen, once again, Paul Heyman continues to prove he is one of the greatest promo guys in the business. He can put on a promo like nobody's business, man. This guy is awesome. He builds Brock Lesnar up like nothing. If it wasn't for Paul Heyman, in all honesty, I mean, Brock Lesnar's physical abilities in the ring has helped build this character into what it is today. But without Paul Heyman, I don't think it would be as big as it is now. I think it would have taken longer for that to happen. I mean, granted, yeah, he did win the match, against Undertaker, which really signified he was the Beast incarnate. But Paul Heyman really helped through that to build it even quicker than it would have been without him, without Paul Heyman. So, in all honesty, a lot of credit can be placed on Paul Heyman besides just Brock Lesnar, building Brock Lesnar into the Beast incarnate, as we see today on WWE programming. So, with that being said, this promo was very well done. I loved the ending speech where he says he's the former and future WWE Undisputed World Heavyweight Champion and the defending and reigning and so forth, and all the things that he says when he hypes up Brock Lesnar, as he always does. He went ahead and he said, and we're going to take you to a first class ticket to Suplex City, bitch. I thought that was insane, where he threw in that one word, that cuss word out of nowhere. So that was pretty cool. Definitely an excellent promo. Have no complaints about it. But now we're going to move into matches. And to be perfectly honest with you, again, the card last night was just, it was lackluster. There was like nothing to look forward to match-wise. Promo-wise, they had some good stuff. I have to admit that. So the first match that occurred was Kane defeating Dean Ambrose in a 10-minute match. Okay match. Give it a 2.5 out of 5. This is an alright match. Kind of stale and boring, but it was an okay match nonetheless. The next match after that was the Primetime Players defeating the Ascension, and once again, who gives a shit? I give this match a 2 out of 5 stars. The Ascension, I was liking them in NXT. Now they've come up into the WWE main roster, and since then they changed everything about them from their original characters to what they are now, as this copycat of Demolition and the Road Warriors mixed together as one tag team group. I think it's absolute garbage. I really don't like it, and I don't think it fits them very well. They should get them back to the characters they once were. But they're not going nowhere. They're not really that great of a tag team, and they're not that impressive at all. From there, we went ahead and got a backstage promo with Seth Rollins begging for Kane and J&J Security to come back to the group. Let's be a family, and all this crazy bullshit where he's mocking them, calling them names, saying you don't need them for nothing and what have you. And they turn their back on him and walk away. Well, later on that night, he goes into Triple H and Stephanie McMahon's office, and tells them, hey, what's going on here, or so forth, and they say, well, you know, you are the one who went ahead and said all these things and said some really dumb shit. Promo was absolutely terrible. The only one that was doing a good job, and it was Triple H. He seems to act as himself, even though he's following a script. And he's alright, but Seth Rollins and Steph McMahon in that segment later on that night was absolute garbage. I just thought I'd throw that in there and get that out of the way to talk about that. But yeah, it was just horrible acting. I don't like Seth Rollins' acting skills. He's horrible. If he had to go for a movie audition, he wouldn't get a movie part if his life depended on it. Dean Ambrose would have a better chance getting a movie part than Seth Rollins, to be honest with you guys. Next match was Roman Reigns versus Sheamus that went into a no contest. Despite the end result of the match was absolutely good. I enjoyed this match very much. It had me really invested in it. The only thing that sucked was Bray Wyatt goes ahead out of nowhere, appears in the middle of the match, and starts pretending he's having a tea party with Roman Reigns' daughter. I mean, this was insane and dumb as shit. So I'm just like, whatever, man. And Roman Reigns runs off, forgets about the match. They just disregard the match entirely and call it a no contest because nobody really won anything in that match. So that was ridiculous. 16 minutes of wasted time. That was actually a good match. I give the match a 3.5 out of 5 stars. If it wasn't for that dumb, distraction in the middle of the match and at least had an ending, I would have given it a 4 out of 5. But with that distraction, it just made the match have a really anticlimactic ending, which sucked. I thought it was a decent match. I really was enjoying it, but they had to fuck that up. I don't know how the hell you can fuck up something that you have control over and you're writing the damn script. What the hell is wrong with these people? It's just absolutely stupid. You have control over when you can have an interference in a match or, a distraction. Why the fuck would you throw away a good match that was going on very well, the audience was invested in it, and then do this shit? Why couldn't it be done after the match was over? I mean, you couldn't have an end result for a decent match like this? Come on, what the fuck is wrong with you, WWE? Hire me for writing. I do a better job than your sorry asses are doing right now, whoever you got writing this shit. God, what garbage. But good match nonetheless. I can't say it was bad, but the writing, the fact to have Bray Wyatt interfere in the match, distract Roman Reigns in the middle of the match was just absolutely dumb. The match was going well. Do it after the match is over. My God, man. I mean, you fucking waste 15 minutes of people's time and then of a good match nonetheless, and then you freaking do that shit in the middle of it. You can't do it at least at the end. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous. And you're writing the script. You have control over what's going on the show because you're writing the script. It's not like it's not scripted or anything. You can do whatever the hell you want, and you do that kind of shit. Come on, this just pisses me off. Next match was Neville versus Kofi Kingston in a very decent match. I'd give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Neville walked away as the winner over Kofi Kingston. Match could have gone on a little bit longer. I would have definitely given it a higher rating, just because I think the match would have gotten better as it went along. Then we had John Cena and Kevin Owens promo segment, and I have to say this was actually a very good segment. I really enjoyed it. Both of them put on a excellent segment with each other, just verbally. And the thing is about this U.S. title match, I don't quite like it, but I do like it. It's kind of like iffy to me. It's like a touchy little thing for me, because when you look at it, you got John Cena, who's had matches with some guys that haven't been in WWE as long as he has. he's trying to build him up, but every time they do this formula that they do with him all the time with all these other guys, those guys go nowhere. They get buried, technically, and fans think that John Cena's the one burying him. And he's not. He's not the one burying those characters. It's WWE doing it. I mean, you can't blame John Cena for what WWE's scriptwriters are doing and what Vince McMahon's approving of doing with this shit. So, in retrospect, I think it's kind of a bad idea. It might possibly, I don't know, this seems a little bit different. One, John Cena did win the match at Money in the Bank, but he didn't walk away looking victorious. He didn't look strong. He looked like he won the match, but he didn't win, like he said in a promo, he did not win the war. He won the battle. That's all it was. At the end of the day, Kevin Owens still walked away looking great. Regardless of having his shoulders pinned to the mat for 3 seconds. But the thing is that you go ahead and you look at this with John Cena and track history with some younger superstars. Well, after they lose to him in a rivalry that ends, they don't go nowhere. They end up being in Nowheresville. And I'm afraid that if they go with this kind of aspect, it's going to be the same thing. But at the same time, you look at the other side of things, or the flip a coin, or the other side of the coin, as they say. You go ahead and you have fucking Kevin Owens win the U.S. title. John Cena's done an outstanding job carrying that belt. And I think that would kind of be a bad idea, too, at the same time. This whole idea of having them face each other for the U.S. title is kind of maybe a good idea, but then again, it might be a bad idea. It's kind of an iffy subject. I want to know your comments and opinions about that portion of what I'm talking about here with the John Cena Kevin Owens situation with the U.S. title on the line. I think it's a bad idea, maybe, but at the same time, a good idea. It's kind of a toss-up between it being a good or a bad idea. But let me know what you guys think on that subject. But anyway, I threw my cell phone over here because I have the matches that tell me what was the results and everything else. So the next thing after that was King Barrett versus Zack Ryder. Really? I mean, like, really? Why Zack Ryder? What the fuck? He couldn't face some other big name star or something like that? I mean, Zack Ryder is not exactly what you call even a mid-card wrestler. What the fuck? King Barrett walked away victorious in 3 minutes and 19 seconds. I give it a 1 out of 5 stars. It was complete garbage. And they also had fucking R-Truth with a small segment on the side of the screen while King Barrett was walking to the ring, and he was shooting a promo pretending to be this dumb, warped out king, like some wacko who's just came out of a mental institution, carrying around a fucking gosh darn toilet plunger. What the hell? as a part of his king costume. Complete stupid, retarded bullshit. God almighty, WWE really needs to get some new writers and have some realistic writing. Because this is shit. Next match after that was the Bella Twins beating Naomi and Tamina. Have to say that this shit with the Bella Twins continuously winning week after week after week is getting boring. But then again, who gives a fuck about the women's division? They're garbage. I'd rather watch the NXT's women's division than anything else. These women can't put on a decent match to save their fucking lives. This match gets a half a star out of 5. Doesn't even get a 1. It's garbage. The next thing after that was Ryback going up against Mark Henry. And Mark Henry went ahead and lost to Ryback. The match was decent, was okay. I give it a 3 out of 5 stars, and I think I'm maybe being a little bit nice on that. In reality, they're making this title run with the IC title with Ryback very bad. They're putting them up against very bad opponents. He's faced Mark Henry on countless occasions. He's also faced the Big Show before. The Big Show is old and washed up guy. Him, Kane, and Mark Henry really need to leave. The match between Big Show and Ryback at Money in the Bank was okay in my standards, but then the ending made the match complete shit. And to top it all off, they're adding The Miz in this. Why? Why does he have to be involved in this whole scenario? I mean, he's the guy that you would last think that would actually walk away with the fucking Intercontinental title belt. And not to mention, he has competed for the Intercontinental and won it on numerous occasions. What the fuck does he need to keep winning the Intercontinental Championship? It's ridiculous. Why don't they do something to build him up into something again like he was in 2011? Even though there were some people that would disagree with that and say that CM Punk should have been in it. You don't believe me? Ask CM Punk himself. If you could ask him. But I don't think he was that bad of a character in 2011 going into WrestleMania 27. But the match itself had a crappy ending. The Rock interfered in the match. It almost ended with a double count out, which would have been real bullshit. But regardless, he had a main event match, and he wasn't that bad in it. But overall, it wasn't, main event material. I think what made the match worthy enough to watch was The Rock being in it. So, that's all that there can be said on that subject. But, The Miz being in this match is absolutely retarded. Those two guys, Ryback and Big Show, would tear him apart. Big Show said it very simple in the storyline that he was told to say on commentary. Ryback and him are going to eat him like he's a pound of meat or something and rip him to shreds, and then those two are going to beat the hell out of each other. That's really all there is to it. So, then after that, the match ended, and Big Show and Mark Henry had a confrontation, which again, those two guys have had numerous confrontations, battles, and rivalries with each other on many different occasions in their career, and it's just like, what the fuck do they need to keep going back to these damn regurgitated bullshit storylines? The only time they had a good rivalry was their 2011 stunt with each other for the World Championship from October to December, after Daniel Bryan won the title from Big Show with cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase. So, other than that, those two have not done such a great job when it comes to rivalries with each other. Their last rivalry after that was their match against each other at... Well, they went ahead, they were competing who was better at beating Rusev. Neither one of them beat him. And they just had a small stunt at 2014 Survivor Series in Tag Team Warfare, an elimination, and Big Show turned on his own team anyway and became a heel just like Mark Henry. So that made absolutely no fucking sense to begin with anyway. But moving on into other things, we had the last match and the final match between Dolph Ziggler and Adam Rose. Dolph Ziggler won. This match was bullshit. I give it a 2 out of 5 stars, and that's that. Why couldn't Randy Orton face Dolph Ziggler last night in the last match? Would have been a whole lot fucking better for him. I mean, what the hell has Dolph Ziggler really been given here? This guy works his ass off. He puts on tremendous shows with anyone that he goes up against. And he's great in the ring. He's good on the mic, too. And the guy just gets nothing in return with all of his hard work, and he's probably going to leave. And I wouldn't blame him, but I hate to see him go. He's a good talent, and my personal opinion, I feel that he has the look of another Shawn Michaels, but I guess apparently Vince McMahon don't feel that way, and I think Vince McMahon's a schmuck anyhow, but that's just my opinion. Then after that, the final segment of the show was Seth Rollins apologizing to Kane and J&J Security. Complete other bullshit, load of crap promo, all scripted. Could tell it didn't seem natural. It was all it was ridiculous bullshit. Finally, Brock Lesnar broke up the little retarded segment. Thankfully, Kane and J&J Security were acting like they were going to walk away and not help Seth Rollins anymore, which that wasn't the case. Kane clotheslined Brock Lesnar then clotheslined Kane, and attacked J&J Security, threw Joey Mercury across on the outside, and Brock Lesnar speared Jamie Noble into the barricade and injured him pretty badly. He went off on a stretcher as the show went on during that segment. After that, Brock Lesnar put him through Suplex City, was whipping his ass, Seth Rollins, and Seth Rollins managed to pull away from getting F5'd, and then Kane got in there, chokeslammed Brock Lesnar straight to hell. Then Brock Lesnar got back, got some momentum going again, and then that was stripped away once again. Joey Mercury came in there, got some shots in, then Seth Rollins did the same, and then hit his pedigree. Seth Rollins hit the pedigree and walked away looking great. So, overall, the show, promo-wise, was okay. Matches were shit. 2 good matches. One ended with a shitty-ass fucking ending. The other one was with 2 mid-card wrestlers that had a decent match, but it was too short and wasn't given enough time to develop into a even better match. But overall, I think the show was okay, but it was stale and boring. There was nothing much to say about this show outside of saying one thing. Can I go to sleep now? Oh, here's a promo. I'll watch this for a little bit and then go back to sleep while the rest of the matches go on, because they're meaningless and have no fucking point on this damn show. Anyway, those are just my opinions and my comments about the show. Give me your opinions and comments, and I'll get right back to you on that. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, and thank you very much for watching this video, and you guys have a great night, guys. Bye.